What's good, y'all? This is your boy Black G92. Now, for this afternoon, I'm going to do a reaction to this video made by Tap Out Corner titled China's First and Last Matches in WWE Bell to Bell. And I think the channel's called Tap Out. Yeah, Tap Out Corner. And shout out to the person that gave me this video to react to. And happy belated birthday to Codemaster. That's the name of the person that gave me this video to react to. So happy belated birthday to you. So hopefully you enjoyed it. And I'm going to see what this video is looking like in about 3, 2, 1. Damn. A lot of people requested this one. Yeah, that's how it be.
The ninth wonder of the world was born in 1969 and grew up with 2 older siblings. In addition to moving several times during her childhood, Chyna was also raised by 3 different stepfathers and 1 stepmother. At age 16, the future WWE star began exercising in The ninth wonder of the world was born in 1969 and grew up with 2 older siblings. In addition to moving several times during her childhood, Chyna was also raised by 3 different stepfathers and 1 stepmother. At age 16, the future WWE star began exercising and started entering fitness competitions after graduating from college. This got her introduced to wrestling, and she began training under the instruction of Killer Kowalski. After Chyna started competing, she caught the eyes of Shawn Michaels and Triple H when they saw her at a show. They were eager to bring her to WWE, but Vince McMahon was more hesitant. Thanks to WCW also being interested in Chyna, WWE eventually came around and made Chyna an offer, which she accepted. After signing with the company,
Chyna got the pythons. I forgot about how muscular Chyna was back in them days, man. She had them like arms right there. Woo.
Dude, at the In Your House 13 pay-per-view, while Triple H and Goldust were in the ring, Chyna appeared as a fan and choked Marlena, Goldust's manager. The ninth wonder of the world was eventually pulled away and taken out of the building. The next night, while Triple H, Goldust, and Marlena were in the ring, Chyna returned to finish what she started. She manhandled the Bizarre One's manager, but was eventually taken away by an army of security. Chyna would form an alliance with Triple H and became his bodyguard. While she didn't wrestle in any matches, the ninth wonder of the world was never afraid to get physical. While Chyna and the game worked well together, things got even better when the Heartbreak Kid was added to the group. During a match between Shawn Michaels and Mankind, Triple H and Chyna came out and watched the action from ringside. Eventually, Rick Rude joined them and attacked Mankind with a chair, allowing Michaels to win. This created one of WWE's best factions of all time, D-Generation X. Chyna's role stayed mostly the same, being the bodyguard for both Triple H and Shawn Michaels. She helped them win matches and participated in DX's many skits. While Chyna wasn't usually the main focus in any of the storylines, that changed in 1998. During DX's feud with the Nation of Domination, the leader of the nation, The Rock, demanded that Mark Henry kiss Chyna. Shawn Michaels made the save just in time, but the story didn't end there. About a month later, Triple H was in a match against Owen Hart. Chyna and X-Pac were in the corner of the Cerebral Assassin, while Mark Henry stood with Hart. Chyna tried to interfere in the match, leading to a fight on the outside, which ended with DX's bodyguard smacking the world's strongest man across the face. This caused Henry to grab a mic and challenge X-Pac and Chyna to a handicap match later that night. Chyna and X-Pac accepted, making this the first time Chyna would wrestle in a WWE match.
Okay, first match.
Being accompanied by the man she had protected for over a year and a half, Chyna got ready for her first WWE match. The ninth wonder was more than willing to start as the legal participant, but the referee oddly made X-Pac begin the match with Henry. This is how crazy the Attitude Era was. Only seconds after the bell rang, other wrestlers started coming out from the back. However, this didn't stop Mark Henry from demolishing X-Pac in the ring. X-Pac's speed allowed him to stun.
Damn, Mark Henry played no games. He just tossing motherfuckers out. Shit.
Opponent and get the upper hand. Chyna, likely upset at the referee, decided to ignore the rules and joined X-Pac for an amazing double suplex on Henry. Unfortunately, X-Pac and Chyna's offense only kept the world's strongest man down for so long. The Nation of Domination member quickly returned to his destructive ways and laid out X-Pac. Thanks again to his speed, the DX member was able to outsmart Henry and tag out with Chyna. The crowd erupted as the ninth wonder of the world took Mark Henry down with a spear. Chyna connected once more with a powerful right hand and then tagged out with her partner. X-Pac picked up where Chyna left off and continued to build momentum. Chyna soon tagged back in, but was caught by another Nation of Domination member, D'Lo Brown. X-Pac took care of D'Lo, allowing Chyna to go to the top rope.
Hey.
Unfortunately, Henry countered Chyna's crossbody with a world's strongest slam and finished the match. As a debut, this worked well. Having it as a handicap match built up anticipation to see Chyna wrestle, and when she did tag in, the crowd came unglued. Chyna's limited time in the ring also didn't overexpose her either, so it made for a solid debut. Yeah. As just a regular match, it was a little all over the place. Why did D'Lo Brown not walk out with Mark Henry? What was the point of having
by looks of it, it seemed like all over the place. Like it's supposed to be a match between Mark Henry and Chyna. All these other people started jumping in. Yeah, it's definitely looked like it's just random as hell. But
Garrett there. Could Chyna seriously not tag in at this point? On the positive side, though, the double suplex looked awesome, and the finish was pretty cool too. Even if it looked like Chyna's head was going to hit the mat for a second.
It did.
While I have my criticisms, the crowd ate this match up, so what do I know? Despite starting as enemies, Chyna eventually went on a date with Mark Henry and even became his on-screen girlfriend.
Hey.
As it turned out, the whole thing was planned by Chyna to play a mean trick on Henry. As the storyline ended, Chyna started becoming a legit competitor. She became the first woman to enter the Royal Rumble and the King of the Ring tournament, all in the same year. Chyna's singles career really took off, though, when she broke up with Triple H. From there, Chyna would become the #1 contender for the WWE Championship. While she ended up not competing for the title due to losing a match to Mankind, this is still a huge accomplishment. An even bigger accomplishment came at No Mercy when the 9th Wonder of the World would defeat Jeff Jarrett to become the first and only female Intercontinental Champion. Chyna's career continued to be elevated when she feuded with Chris Jericho for the title. This created an infamous storyline where Chyna and Jericho became co-champions due to them pinning each other during a championship match. Jericho eventually became the solo champion when he defeated Chyna in a triple threat match at the 2000 Royal Rumble. Afterwards, Chyna got a new man by her side when she teamed up with Eddie Guerrero. The two were a hit with fans, with Guerrero calling Chyna his Mamacita. They wrestled Trish Stratus and the new Intercontinental Champion, Val Venus, in an intergender tag team match at SummerSlam. Since Chyna got the pin, she became the new IC champion. Although, she would lose it 2 weeks later to, ironically, Eddie Guerrero. This and other incidents created tension between Chyna and Eddie. Their relationship officially came to an end when she caught Guerrero with 2 other women. At the same time, Chyna
that definitely will just hurt your soul right there if you catch your significant other with two women at the same time. I guarantee that hurt a woman's soul right there, man. Shit, if you out there just like out there creeping around with 2 different broads, that's gonna really hurt a woman's soul right there.
Over into the mainstream by appearing in Playboy magazine. This also turned into a storyline in WWE with the group Right to Censor.
Pick up that issue.
They took issue with Chyna being featured in the magazine and wanted to silence her. Chyna challenged one of the Right to Censor members, Ivory, who was also the women's champion, to a match at the 2001 Royal Rumble. As part of the story, Chyna injured her neck during the match and was out of action for a while. The 9th Wonder of the World returned at WrestleMania 17 and destroyed Ivory, beating her in less than 3 minutes to win the women's championship. While winning the title was easy, Chyna's next challenger wasn't going down without a fight. Lita stepped up to the plate and challenged Chyna for the women's title at Judgment Day. Unbeknownst to anyone at the time, this would be the 9th Wonder of the World's last match in WWE.
Really? No wonder. Because I see.
Lemons.
The
world is so full of lemons.
After a while,
when you become an Expedia member, you can instantly start saving on your travels. So you can go and see all those lemons for less.
To check it out.
This is supersonic Wi-Fi from Xfinity. It's fast. And with 3 times the bandwidth, the demon never has to end. Slaying is our business, and business is good.
Oh, man. That song beat you down.
From Xfinity.
Where I was working at, like, the song beat you
down. Foreshadowing WWE Network's move to Peacock 20 years later with her attire, Chyna and Lita's first action was to give each other a hug. Thanks to her size and strength, Chyna outpowered her opponent in the early goings of the match. Lita quickly changed her strategy and tried to use her smaller size to outmaneuver Chyna. It worked well enough to counter a press slam into a pinfall, but not good enough to get the 3 count. Chyna showed off her villainous side by extending a hand and pulling Lita in for a roll-up. It didn't end the match, but the 9th Wonder of the World didn't give the Extreme Diva a chance to recover. Chyna began laying into Lita with fists and kicks to the ribs. Lita tried to stay alive, but couldn't keep up with Chyna's onslaught of offense. The tide finally changed, thanks to Lita turning an Irish whip into a DDT. With her opponent finally down, Lita desperately tried to keep her there. Lita's relentless attacks helped her wear down Chyna, but all it took was a single punch from the Ninth Wonder to knock Lita down to the mat. Chyna then hit a swinging neckbreaker and a power slam back-to-back, but it wasn't enough to put Lita away.
That looks intense. Let me go answer his text message.
Didn't execute it earlier, Chyna tried to hit Lita with a Gorilla Press Slam again, and this time was successful. While it knocked the wind out of Lita, she wasn't done yet, and match locked Chyna in a cross arm break.
This fight seemed like it just lasted quite a bit. They was both giving their all based on this footage alone. Like shit, in spite of Chyna's like more bigger stature, like Lita just putting up a good old fight, man. Using her like smaller size and just speed and such, and outmaneuver and such. God damn.
The strength wasn't there though, and Chyna managed to fight out of it and countered with head scissors. Like a fish, Lita managed to flop over to the ropes and broke Chyna's hold. Chyna then threw Lita's body like a doll across the ring. Lita still had one more trick up her sleeve and countered a powerbomb into a Hurricane Rana. While a good try, it wasn't enough to win the title, and Chyna finally put Lita out of her misery by getting the 1-2-3. Well, this match could have been worse. It felt like there were a number of sloppy moments where moves didn't really connect and or look fluent. Eddie Guerrero also showed up partway through the match, but he didn't do anything. I'm guessing it was to set up a storyline that ultimately didn't go anywhere. On the positive side, Lita looked good, but Chyna still appeared strong. So there is that. Had WWE known that this was going to be Chyna's last match, it would have been great to give Lita the win. There was kind of a David vs. Goliath battle going on, and the crowd sounded ready to pop had Lita gotten the 3 count. Looking at what we got, I think this is a slightly below average match. Not terrible, but not good. After Judgment Day, Chyna would not be seen in WWE. Apparently,
it seemed like the other opponents just it seemed like it just kept on going and going and going instead of like the match ending. You know what I mean? That's how it be sometimes.
Contract was going to expire later that year, and she wanted at least $1 million in order to resign. WWE offered her a $400,000 minimum contract, but the two sides couldn't agree. There was also allegedly backstage drama, since Chyna's former boyfriend, Triple H, had begun dating Stephanie McMahon, but according to Chyna, this didn't have anything to do with why she left. Ultimately, Chyna's WWE contract expired in November 2001. She technically remained women's champion during this time, causing her title reign to end at 214 days. After WWE, Chyna did wrestle in Japan for a bit and had a very brief run in TNA in 2011, but that was mostly it. Chyna instead focused on acting in adult films and eventually moved to Japan to teach English. Tragically, on April 17, 2016, Chyna would die from overdosing on alcohol and anxiety drugs. Her body was found 3 days later in her home, and a memorial service was held a few weeks later. Chyna was so vital to women's wrestling. She inspired many future stars and helped take female wrestling.
I'm sad about this news, like how she went out, like 2016, like over alcohol overdose. Damn. It said something about painkillers or something. Hold up. Look at that. I had no idea she was still active.
But that was mostly it. Chyna instead focused on acting in adult films and eventually moved to Japan to teach English. Tragically, on April 17, 2016, Chyna would die from overdosing on alcohol and anxiety drugs. Her body was found 3 days later in her home, and a memorial service was held a few weeks later. Chyna was so vital to women's wrestling. She inspired many future stars and helped take female wrestling to new levels. Tell us one of your favorite Chyna moments in the comments. Also, watch the first and last matches of another legendary female wrestler, Trish Stratus. Shout out to Dathy Feely for being the first to comment on the last Bell to Bell. Thanks, Dathy. Until next time, I'm Zach from Tap Out Corner, and that was Bell to Bell.
Bell to Bell. Alright. That was Chyna's first and last matches in WWE for the Bell to Bell made by Tap Out Corner. And it was quite insightful, man. It gives you an inside look into not only Chyna's beginnings as well as her heights of her career and her retirement, as well as other stuff she was involved in, and of course her tragic end, which, like I said, it really like made me feel some type of way when I found that out, because I had no idea she passed away neither. And the fact that she went out the way she did is like it's just always sad. It's not just like it's always sad to hear that because you know what I mean. Because like I said, regardless of what may have been going on that may have led up to that points, like I said, it's not worth it, man. But you know what I mean, what can you do? But anyway, she'll definitely be remembered as that iconic female wrestler out there, and she definitely left her mark for sure. People that are even casuals know about her. You know what I mean? That's how much of a big deal she was. People that's in my age group and younger, and perhaps some late '80s babies know about it. So that probably weren't even into wrestling like that. Know her by name. That's we know that's she an icon for sure. But anyway, if you want to react to more of these type of like videos based on famous wrestlers, old and new, or what you would call it, want to react to any sort of like movie trailers, movie clips, or analysis videos, songs, music videos, what else? Interviews, anything related to going on that's happening in the crazy world as of right now. Be sure to post them in the comment section below. And if it's your first time watching this reaction video, be sure to hit that like button, hit that notification button, hit that subscribe button, and be sure to follow me on social media accounts, which should be posted in the description box below. And also be sure to hit that donation link to my not PayPal, but Cash App if you're able to. It's gonna be listed in the description box below. This is your boy Black G92, about to sign off. Holla at your boy. Peace.